You ready? Here we go. What is going on, everyone? Good morning and welcome to the show. On today's podcast, we've got some updates. I beat the casting of Frank Stone yesterday, and therefore the schedule is being updated for the week. I want to make you all fully aware of what's going on with that. I'm going to talk a little bit about last night's stream and me losing my temper, which tends to happen when I play Street Fighter. We've got updates on COG. Yeah, this guy that I talked about yesterday. Wait till you see how he reacted, me talking about him on yesterday's show. And ladies and gentlemen, sorry to say, Doody returns today. The turd that will not be flushed. Plus, a little bit about Kino Casino, who returned last night for their Kinoeen month-long event. All this and more, lots of topics on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, the 1st of October, 2024. I'm DSP. I welcome you here to the podcast. It's going to be a great show. We got a lot to talk about as we continue on with our Halloween festivities, now actually officially moving into October. I know I jumped the gun yesterday, but I just had to. I couldn't resist. As you can see, I have all kinds of cool horror-themed gaming borders and the like that I can use for the month. Not to say that I'll use them every day, but I figure, hey, we're getting into the spooky season. It's time to start doing kind of special stuff. Today's no exception. You know, we actually have zombies wreaking havoc in WWE Champions later tonight on the late stream, which I'm excited to show all of you. If you've never seen this before, it's actually the best time of the year to play WWE Champions because they have all of the zombie characters in it. So we're going to have some spooky fun today and moving forward this week with Dead Rising remastered, remake, whatever the heck it's called. I don't even know what it's called. We'll be doing that starting Thursday and then balancing that with other stuff. Within about a week's time, actually 1 week exactly from today, is the premiere of Silent Hill 2 remake. So we got exciting Halloween themed stuff going on, right? And today's show will be interesting and packed with stuff to talk about. And I hope that you guys are down for that. If not, well, you can come back after the fact, because the way I do this now, which I forgot about yesterday, I set up 3 separate streams on my channel. Stream 1 is the podcast. Stream 2 is the first gameplay segment of whatever game it is. And stream 3 is the night stream. And I forgot I was doing that. So yesterday, I actually started playing Frank Stone on the podcast stream. People were like, dude, what did you do? Like, there's people sitting in your gaming stream over there waiting for the game to start because they weren't interested in the podcast. And why are you gaming here? I was like, oh, shit, I forgot. You know, this is something new that I'm doing. I only done it a few times. I got to get into the swing of things. And it also kind of threw a monkey wrench into my plans this week because it's a very short week, only 4 days. So I had that React Day breaking up my streams. So I already had like a weird day, and then it threw me for a loop. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to do it like this moving forward. My apologies, I screwed it up yesterday. But today should be a great day. I think today's going to be a really cool streaming day. And by the way, obviously, I just got to call out yet again, the King Streak has returned again. It's pretty silly because here's the thing, right? If you haven't noticed, things are going well. They are. Things are going well, right? Right now, we're in the midst of really nothing really going on in gaming. I'm playing demos. I'm finishing up filler games. Things are going to pick up better when the new games start hitting this month, okay? But now things are still going good, even though, you know, there's not much going on in the realm of gaming. And, of course, my detractors can't stand that. They're so upset that Phil keeps winning. It's hilarious because the streak now, right, which lasted 41 streams straight of me hitting my goals, ended. Then it started again and got to like 11. Then it ended. Then it hit 6. Then it ended. Then it hit 6 again. Then it ended. And it's like they rejoice every time the streak ends. Haven't you realized at this point that the streak is going to continue over and over? And there may be a few blips here or there, but that in general it's going to continue, but they don't get it. Like, they actually are still celebrating. Like, it's the 4th time the streak has ended. Like, no, you don't get it. It just starts again anyway. Like, what are you talking about? It's like not even, there's no facts, there's no brain there. It's just stupidity what they say. So I'm obviously really happy to have the momentum back. 2 streams yesterday that did really well, and we hit all of the goals. Thank you for that. Now, before we get to anything, I want to apologize for last night. Although most people don't want an apology, all right, because they get it at this point. But I want to apologize anyway, all right. So last night I was playing Street Fighter 6. I was playing with Terry Bogard, the new character. He's not even out for a week yet, and everyone's trying to play with this character and get a feel for him and figure out if he's really good. I'm going to be honest with you guys now. I don't think he's very good. I think he's mid-tier at best. He has a lot of tools in the game, but he doesn't have any advantages. Like, the top-tier characters are all really good at something, whether it's rush down or everything kind of being a safe thing. And he doesn't have much of that. Even when he gets his chance to say, oh, let me do the combo, he hasn't even got, like, a great combo or anything, right? He just doesn't. Like, he's just okay. He's one of those jack-of-all-trades because he has a move for everything, but he's a master of none because none of the moves are particularly great. Last night, I was fighting a Ryu player, and the Ryu player kept walking forward and just doing standing jab. It literally interrupted everything I tried to do with Terry. I was like, what? That's like weird levels of nonsense in a fighting game. That's like, brings me back to Capcom versus SNK 1 from like the year 2000 that was so busted where lights were beating everything in the game. The whole game was like light punch, light kick, light kick. It was stupid. So I'm like, dude, this is so bad. So anyway, the reason I want to apologize is last night I'm trying to play with Terry. Okay? And I'm trying to learn the character. And I get so heated because I'm losing to online pattern players. If you take a look at last night's stream, out of the 2.5 hours I played, I only fought like 2 people who weren't a top tier pattern player. I think one was a Minot and one was a Lily. And of course I beat them, right? But everyone else, these top tier pattern players, they literally win just playing the pattern. And you can't do anything about it, especially online, because, oh, your input drops. Oh, you can't block on reaction. There was a Ryu. From full screen, he threw a fireball. I blocked it, hit me anyway. I was like, this is the epitome of rollback netcode, right? You can't even do anything on reaction. It's so dumb. So anyway, I got so heated. People were actually, like, contributing with super chats, with tips. I wasn't even shouting out contributions. Like, I was so hyper focused on Street Fighter 6 and in the moment and full of anger and adrenaline. I was just like, I don't want to talk to no one. I don't want to have conversation, nothing. I just want to keep playing. And that's on me, and that's bad. I shouldn't do that. I should be taking time out to take breaks, to talk with the audience, and I did the opposite, and that's bad streaming. All right? I admit, that's bad streaming. I'm supposed to be here to be entertaining, to have a good time with all of you. And instead, I turned it into, oh, I'm so angry at this game. It was more about me and my anger than having a good time. And that's my fault. And I apologize. I need to get better at that. And I'm going to tell you right now, as of now, I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break from Street Fighter 6 because the game is frustrating me online at this point. Like, I feel like if I was playing my top tier characters like Blanca or Bison, I wouldn't have been that angry. But I'm trying to learn with this crappy character. He's just not that good. And it frustrated the crap out of me. And I don't want the stream to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry for that. And again, I will probably do better. And I think what I'm going to do is, if I'm going to play fighting games for a little bit, I'll play the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. And then we'll, at one point, when people are craving Street Fighter again, maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll go back to it. But for now, I think I want to take a break from it because I shouldn't be getting that angry. I shouldn't be getting that heated at a stupid game. And people don't like me like that. They want to see me entertaining and having fun and engaging with the audience. So that's on me. I'm sorry. So, learning and moving forward, right? So anyway, the thing was, we did hit the goal last night, but I didn't shout it out to the end of the stream, right? And there was some significant contributions, like Iron Chef Sakai did a really good, nice tip and everything. And here I am being a salty jerk instead of shouting it out. And I hope that I didn't rub anyone the wrong way last night. I very well might have, and I'm sorry again, okay? So, anyway, all that being said, now let's talk about the week moving forward. Let's talk about content coming out, and let's talk about what happened yesterday that will lead to the schedule changing. And then we've got all these topics to cover today on the show. Okay? So, basically, yesterday I finished the casting of Frank Stone. Okay? And I personally like the game. Even though my playthrough was like 9 hours long, I had a really good time with it. I felt like the game, because it's Supermassive Games, they're the makers of got Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures Anthology and everything. If you want to put it in perspective of their other games, I think that the casting of Frank Stone is much better than The Quarry. I actually think it's better than Man of Medan, and I think it's better than The Devil in Me. Okay? I do think that Supermassive's other games like Until Dawn, Little Hope, and even that other one, it was like something of Ashes or something like that. It was the one about vampires underground or whatever. I think those are better. But this one is kind of somewhere in the middle of the pack for me. If you like Dead by Daylight, you are absolutely going to love the casting of Frank Stone. The whole game is like a love letter to Dead by Daylight, explaining the background lore of the game and the universe, which I didn't know because, I played Dead by Daylight, but I'm not a big lore guy, so I didn't study up on it when I was playing it. I just played it and enjoyed it. But, this game is kind of like, so here's how the universes and the multiverses connect, and here's how this happens. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that at all. The plot took this interesting turn with the way that it went, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I liked it a lot. Now, a lot of people don't like it because they say it's too short and it's too samey to how other Supermassive games are. I mean, those are fair criticisms. The game's only like 10 hours long, maybe 9. You're going to want to do some alternate choices. Like when I beat the game yesterday, I went back and replayed about a half an hour and did different choices at the end. And I went from having only 1 person alive to 3 people surviving at the end of the game. I'm sure if you replay the game several times, you can figure out a way to get everyone to survive. Some of my characters, like Jaime, he died only like 3-4 hours in, I think, which is very early in. It's like only halfway into the game, and he died right away. I'm like, oh, crap. I'm sure you could have had him survive longer. And other characters as well, like the Sheriff Sam. I accidentally got him killed by kind of running around and not paying attention. So I'm sure this game, definitely, you could go back and you could replay it and see different scenarios and see different characters survive, and you're going to like it for that, right? So, yeah, I feel the game is good. If you like this kind of choose-your-own-adventure horror game, it's well done in that regard. It's very similar to other Supermassive games, and I think that you're going to really enjoy it, so I recommend it. But people will always crap on shorter games, and people will always crap on the choose-your-own-adventure style games because they feel like there's not enough meat to them. I mean, it's for a certain type of player. For me, it's right up my alley. So that's why I liked it. Okay. So it's done. I finished it. You can watch my whole playthrough here on the channel. No, I'm not going to go back and do like 10-second runs. We did the second run. That's it. I'm done with the game for now. I don't think I'm going back to it. So yeah, basically now the schedule is going to open up a bit because it's done. And the question is, so what do I want to do with my schedule? Well, today it's going to be the Metaphor demo, which I'm very excited to continue. I played this last week and I loved it. I played it all day on, what was it, like Thursday? Wednesday? One of the days I played it all, like the whole day, right? And I actually really, really liked it. I was like, whoa, it's like super good. It's the same as Persona, but it's fantasy style. It doesn't have the teen angst plot line of Persona, so I feel like it's actually a little better in that regard. The gameplay elements are very good. Like, it's Persona with some tweaks, and the graphics are great on PC. So I'm loving the game right now. I can't wait to play more of this demo today. And I found out it's even longer than I thought. Like, if I just play it today and I just do the story, I could beat it. But there's an optional dungeon that you can do that apparently is really interesting but very tough. And I want to check it out. I don't necessarily know if I'm actually going to, like, finish it, but I definitely want to try it. So today I'll be doing that. I will be, trying to figure that out. We're going to play that today. Now, tonight, on the late stream, this is going to be fun. It's WWE Champions Zombies Month. Starts today. It already launched this morning, I think. Actually, I think it starts at in half an hour or whatever. So, the month-long Zombies event is starting in WWE Champions. So, if you liked me, messing around with this game over the last month, but if you like Halloween horror, now is the time to tune in. So many zombie characters are in this game from 7 years of it being out, that it's going to have tons of content regarding them. There's going to be tours. There's going to be special events and things. There's going to be new zombies, old zombies, everything available. It's going to be very Halloween-esque and very fun tonight on the late stream. So I hope you'll join me tonight between 6:45, 7 p.m. Pacific time for a fun Halloween event as it begins in Champions. All right? Now, I'm going to do just like I've done all along. We'll do a stream. We'll mess around with the game. We'll see what's available. We'll do the new tours and stuff. If support is good and we hit the King's goal tonight, I will do a mega poll in the game. And the thing is, if the mega poll is based on zombies, I'm probably going to get like a zillion zombies. I don't have any. And this game has had so many zombies over the years, I'm probably going to end up getting like dozens of characters. Seriously, I mean it. Like, there's that many zombies. Every year, there's like 3 or 4 per month. And the game's been out for 7 years, so there's over 20 zombies in the game. If they put them all into one loot, I might end up getting a ton of them. So let's see how it goes tonight. It would be a very exciting night to hang out in Champions. If you're into Halloween vibe and stuff, I hope you'll come by tonight for the late stream, okay? I am not here tomorrow. Tomorrow is my day off for the week. I know it's weird because I've only been here for 4 days this week, right? So I apologize for that, but it is what it is. My schedule's all over the place. I literally don't even know what my day off next week will be yet. I can't tell you yet. I have to look into it. I'm waiting for my wife's schedule to come out and all of that. So I'll let you know as soon as I know. But yeah, I will not be here tomorrow. It'll give you a chance to get caught up on the stuff that I did this week. And then when I come back on Thursday, all day long Thursday, I'll be playing the Dead Rising remastered game that just came out. All right, just came out last week. So yes, I'll be checking it out. I'll be playing it. I am very excited because you guys have been asking me to do this now for a week and a half since it came out. And I was like, well, let's finish some stuff. So now we're finishing stuff, right? And now's the perfect time for it. It's Halloween month, right? It's time for zombies. It's time for horror. It's time for fun stuff. So I think this will be a pretty fun day on Thursday playing Dead Rising all day long. I hope you'll join me for that. Friday, what was I doing Friday? I know I'm doing Friday Night Fights, and I wanted to do MVC for Friday Night Fights. But day stream on Friday. Oh yeah, I wanted to finish the Metaphor demo. That's right. I wanted to finish the Metaphor demo. And then probably on Saturday, it'll be more Dead Rising paired with WWE Champions. Because remember, I'm trying to play Champions twice a week now. Like one's on Tuesday night and one's on Saturday night. Because there'll be a weekend event going on this weekend in Champions. So that'll be a good time to play it again. Now, I'm just going to say this. That is the tentative schedule. All right. The next major game coming out for me is the Silent Hill 2 remake from Bloober Team, and that's coming out on October 8th, 1 week from today. Absolutely, when that comes out, I'll be playing the heck out of it. I might even do a whole marathon day of it like I'm doing with Dead Rising, because I know you guys want to see it so much. It should be pretty fun, okay? So, yeah, so good stuff coming this week. I hope you're excited, but I just want to say this. It's all tentative. Why do I say that? Because I've got stuff in the works, right? I've got interviews that I'm trying to line up. I've got, and I'm talking to several different people about that right now, actually. I'm juggling a bunch of information and a bunch of people. I'm not saying that an interview is going to happen in the next week. I'm just saying it's possible. I'm working with certain people on collabs, okay? And so a collab might literally come together in the next week. And if that happens, my schedule will change. So I just want everyone to be aware of that. The good news is there is nothing crazy, really major going on until Silent Hill 2. So if something happens and changes and at the last minute I got to change my schedule because something exciting is going on, I'll let you know. But that is possible that could happen for the next week. The schedule I'm laying out for you is not necessarily exactly what will happen as it will happen. But that's fine. We can always shift a day around, bump a day. We can work with it, right? So there you go. All right, so that's the tentative schedule and everything going on. Once again, I want to thank everyone who has checked out my merchandise shop. I don't have any day 2 updates as of yet on the merchandise shop. I'll be working with the company a little bit more to figure that out, but also I gave them your initial feedback yesterday on bigger sizes, possibility of hats, and like other things to drink out of like mugs and the like, and I'll be letting you know if and when they get back to me on that stuff, okay? But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the merch shop and all of that this week. A couple shout outs to do, and then we're going to start getting into the topics that I actually want to get into for the day. So, first off, Miss Sparkles with a $2 super chat says, Nightbot is being a spaz. Is it broken? Right now, Nightbot seems fine. Well, I think what happened was, and I don't know how this happened, I think at one point, something happened either with YouTube chat or with Nightbot itself, where there was some kind of a weird timing reset. Because the way Nightbot works, I put commands into it, and that's how you guys use the commands in the chat. But I have timers, and the timers are running and are supposed to, like, every 15 minutes, a timer will pop. and it will do one of these auto commands. Like, here's how to become a member. Here's how to tip. Here's the Halloween command so you can nominate games, which I would like to reiterate. Guys, the Halloween event is on October 31st. It's a marathon that I'm doing here on DSPGaming. Lots of horror-themed stuff, including me in full costume, getting food, a little bit of booze, and also games you guys nominate in a marathon setting. So please nominate games by typing !Halloween into the chat. Okay? So there you go. Now, sometimes Nightbot desyncs, and all of a sudden, Nightbot will put out all of the links at once. And I don't know why it does that, because it doesn't always do that. But it does do it sometimes. I don't understand what makes the timers, like, desync, nor do I have ability to reset a timer. All I could do is, like, disable and enable. So, for example, right now, if I go into Nightbot, okay, and I'll go to my timers right now. So I'm going to disable the suggestion box timer anyway, because right now we got through all those and we're not really actively taking those suggestions. I'll probably reset that at some point. So which commands all came out at once? Okay, so it looks like memberships, then suggestions. I disabled suggestions. And then it was merch and throwback channel. Okay, so here's what we'll do. The merch link, or the throwback, I'm going to disable. So now technically the timer should be disabled, because I just clicked disable. Now I'm going to click enable again. So now whatever timer was there for DSP throwback should actually be reset, you see? In theory. It doesn't always work that way. I don't really know if I have control over it or not. Also the tip command. Let's do that. Let's disable the tip timer, and let's re-enable the tip timer. So I've done that. So theoretically, that should resync the bot, and now those commands shouldn't come out at the same time as the other ones. So let's see what happens there. And I'm sorry for the spam. If the bot is spamming or whatever, that's annoying, I know, and I'm sorry about that. Hopefully we can get it back on track. Again, I don't know what causes the desync. Then I received a $5 super chat from someone whose name is Thirsty for Blonde Babes, and they said something really disgusting. So I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to say, thanks, Thirsty for Blonde Babes, for the $4.99 super chat. That is the biggest super chat of the day so far. That's why you're up on the leaderboard. And, you know, try not to say disgusting stuff in the chat. All right? Seriously. You know, I'm going to be lenient now, but if you keep doing it, I might have to moderate you. I don't want to have to. I have a more laid back attitude towards it, but, you know. Okay. All right, so shall we get to the topics at hand that I want to talk about today, perhaps? You know, are we ready to transition to that? I think we covered everything I wanted to cover. Pretty sure I covered everything. Yeah. All right. All right. So our first topic of today. All right, I have like a nice order that I want to do stuff. Let's do a positive topic today, folks. So first and foremost, I want to welcome back. What is this? I want to welcome back Feasting with the King. Yes, I do. No, I don't. I want to welcome back the guys from Kino Casino. They returned in glorious fashion last night. Ladies and gentlemen, they had over 3,000 viewers going, and they went for like 5-6 hours, 5 hours, 45 minutes to be specific, and they still had something like 600 viewers by the end. That's wild to retain that much viewership without kind of a marathon. Take a look at the costumes they were wearing. And apparently for their Kinoeen event, okay, they literally do costumes every single day that they're on. So we had Ashton, or Triple P as I call him, as the Great Pumpkin, and we had Andy as Charlie Brown. When I saw it, dude, I jumped out of my seat and started laughing hysterically. I was like, I mean, obviously it's meant to be like shock disturbing. It's like, oh my Lord. But but also the backgrounds are cool, like for Halloween. Look at all the stuff they've got. And you know, basically I think Triple P wanted to one-up me. He's seen my digital screen, right? I got this right at the end of August, right? And so he's like, oh, I got a one-up Phil. He bought an insanely huge, like, system of digital screens behind him now, playing animations. I was like, of course, he has to one-up me right away, right? And do something better than what I have right off the bat. So anyway, their stream, looked great. It was a crazy long stream. I'm gonna be honest. I watched it for like 15 minutes, but like before I came on my late stream, and by the time that I was done with my work for the night, I couldn't. They were already offline. So I skimmed around the show and I watched a little bit of it. And it was, it's the same kind of content that you love. If you miss these guys, you're gonna just jump right back on right where you left off. And it was a good show. Like I said, well received, lots of support, and apparently they're gonna be streaming a ton this month. Like to make up for the fact they were gone for a whole month, they're gonna be streaming like all month, almost daily. So, give it a look if you're interested in that kind of stuff. They stream at night. They usually stream around the same time I'm streaming my late stream. So if you're interested in that stuff, go give it a look. That'd be cool, right? And people always ask, well, where are they? Well, here's where they are. They're on Kick. They're not on YouTube or anything. They're on Kick. That's where they stream. So anyway, that's, just neither here nor there, just something to mention, because they are back. People ask me about this all the time. I mean, people kept asking me all month, when are they back? I was like, I don't know. I'm not like, listen, I talk to these guys. I've done collabs with them, right? I don't know their schedule. I'm not hounding them. Hey, when are you doing this? When are you doing that? Tell me all about, Oh, he had the screen for a year? Oh, all right, I didn't know that because he didn't have it in his background before. Okay, Scully says he's not one-upping me. All right, I didn't know that. Keep in mind, I've only been, having any kind of association with these guys for like a month and a half, 2 months. Actually, 2 months now. So I didn't know that. Okay, cool. So he didn't one-up me, but it's cool. It's a really cool screen. I looked it up. It's, it's like a few $100 for a few of them because he has like a matrix of them there. It's like a big, like a honeycomb thing that he built on his wall. So, I mean, I could get it, but my whole wall would be it. And I'm like, I think this is fine for now to have a nice little digital screen like this. I don't think I need to have my whole setup be that. At least for now, maybe later. Bloomkit just did a super chat. Hold on a second here. Bloomkit did a $2 super chat when you rent Joker 2 on Temu. When you rent Joker 2 on Temu. Huh? What does that mean? I know what Temu is. It's that bootleg website where LTG gets his felted background. It looks like shit. But I don't know what you mean about Joker 2. Jade said, oh, good grief. Okay. I should get 100 screens and make my entire wall screens. I could. Then I wouldn't need lighting anymore. My whole wall would be LED screens. Right? Holy crap. All right. So anyway. Thank you, Bloomkit. So how are we doing? I haven't even looked at the stats of the stream yet today. I really haven't. Let's see. Wow, we almost 400 viewers. Thank you for that. 52 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I didn't even say a word yet. I didn't even look at the stream stats yet. And you guys are being nice to me. Please like the stream. If you're here and you're having a good time, like the stream. The engagement has helped this channel tremendously in the last 2 months and helped people to find the content. My channel actually showing in the YouTube algorithm again for the first time in years. When you like the stream, you help with that. So please give it a like. Let's get it to 100 likes right now. We have almost 400 viewers. Let's get it to 100 likes right now. It's quick, easy, and free. Please do that. As for support, thanks for the few people who have super chatted so far. Thank you to Thirsty for Blonde Babes for the top super chat so far. No tips have come in yet, guys. Let's get some support on the stream. All right, let's get someone to unseat the top super chatter, and let's get our first tip of the day in. All right, let's get the momentum running so that we can hit the goal and move along smoothly, shall we? Miss Sparkles just did a super chat. $7, thank you. She says, Miss Sparkles is on the leadership board. Cope and Seethe boyos. Halloween stuff looks great. Do you only dress up on Halloween? What costumes do you have? I only dress up on Halloween. That's right. I don't dress up every day of the month or anything. As you know, I do, regular streams here all month long. And I dress up on Halloween all day long in costume. What costumes have I worn? Well, funny you ask that. I just added a montage screen of it. But you know what? Hold on a second. I may be able to put it on the screen. Hold on. Let me add this to... If I don't add your super chat now, I'm going to forget. Let me add it first. So we're at $16 in support so far. Let me find... I want to show you, but I have to find the way to add it. Oh, here it is. I want to find the way to add it to show. Gotta go to here. I know where it is. Here it is. So, these are the costumes. Ah! Jesus. Way too big. Hold on. Look at that. That was my original Halloween costume from like 2009 when I was a YouTuber back in the day. That's what I looked like back in the day. So hold on. Let me shrink this. Go. It's so big. Oh my, it's so large. It's blocking the whole screen. Okay. So going through this. By the way, Dick Jones just gifted 5 memberships to the community. Everyone enjoy who just got one. It looks like Goblin Slayer Zach, the Kurt Russell, Anthony A. Schraub, and Deers just got those. Congrats to you. Thank you so much, Dick Jones, for supporting. Now I'm curious. Do I have more? I have more memberships to gift. Cool. All right. So I'm not going to gift them yet. I'm going to gift those memberships. Maybe I'll give some of those out tonight during the WWE Champion stream for zombies. And maybe I'll gift some out like during like Silent Hill 2 or something like that. Okay. Okay. So thank you, Dick Jones, for that. So these are my Halloween costumes that I've done during my career as a YouTuber. First, I was the Punisher. Then I was a Ninja Turtle. Then I was a Ghostbuster. Then I was Deadpool. Then I was Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed 2. Then I was Bob Ross. Then I was Yoshi. Then one year I wore 2 costumes. First, I was Colonel Sanders, but the facial fake beard wouldn't stay on my face. So then I swapped over and I turned into Barry Burton from Resident Evil. And then the next year I was Cookie Monster. And then the last Halloween, I was Ken. But when you say last Halloween, what do I mean? I didn't do a Halloween marathon last year. I was supposed to. I had an epic costume lined up. Actually, I'm going to be honest. It's the best costume out of all of these up there. It's better than every single costume I've ever worn before. And then I got COVID. And that really sucked. I was laid out for a week straight. My brain was swelled with such a bad headache, I couldn't think or see straight. So I was just writhing around in pain in bed for like 4 days straight. And it took me a whole week to get my faculties back and to be able to stream. By the time I came back, it was too late to do even a makeup Halloween. No one cared. Everyone was in Christmas mode. So, so yeah. These are all the Halloween costumes so far. And, you know, we'll have another one this year for sure. It's going to be pretty neat. So thank you, Miss Sparkles, for that super chat. All right, so cool, good stuff. And thank you for the support so far. Guys, let's get our first tip. Seriously, let's get our first tip of the stream. We don't have one yet. So let's get our first tip going. Who will be the first tipper? And who will push us close to the goal with a ginormous $100 tip? Okay, I'm not saying anyone's going to do that. I'm being silly. All right, so let's get to our topics at hand for today. So, number 1. What am I doing here? Here we are. By the way, thank you to Not a Wabbit for becoming a member. Can I be on the leaderboard? You can. If you become the top super chatter or the top tipper of the day, I will put you on the leaderboard. There you go. Okay. So yesterday, if you guys aren't aware, if you didn't see yesterday's podcast, all right, I addressed some guy named COG who had tried to dump on me in his Discord and make fun of me and say, oh, for today only, I'm going to do this gimmick where I'm going to be like DSP and I'm going to e-beg and I'm going to put on like a hat and glasses and a vest if I hit my funding goals for today. And basically he's like trying to make fun of me, right? And yesterday I talked about this, you know, on stream, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you're making fun of someone who's more successful than you. I literally have had 2 of the most successful months I've had in years, the last 2 months. You're like criticizing someone who's doing well, right? It'd be one thing if it was like, look at this guy, you know, he's a clown, he's doing all this stuff and it's not working. Like literally, I'm doing well. You understand? So I don't even understand like what your point is. You don't have one. You should know to learn from your betters. Someone who every day is crushing it and making a good living doing streaming. You should say, oh, I will actually like try to adopt some of their best practices. Instead, you made it like a joke and you tried to make fun of me for being successful, which it didn't work. You looked like an asshole. Okay. So anyway, basically yesterday I did this, and of course, here he is. So yesterday, right after my stream ends, all right, Doody immediately clips the entire segment and reposts it. Okay. Demonetized, by the way, because he lost his monetization for doing this. Okay. And he basically goes on, I'm not even kidding you. So it's a 9-minute clip. 9 minutes just clipped straight from my stream. Once again, not adding anything, just completely just playing back my content, stealing it, And he watches it. It takes him 2 hours and 11 minutes to react to my 9-minute clip. Now, a lot of people say my reacts are way too long. Okay? Like, way too long. I watched my own 4-hour documentary, and I turned it into a 12-hour react, right? So basically what you do is, 4 hours, you multiply it by 3, it's 12 hours. He took a 9-minute clip, and he turned it into 2 hours. He literally multiplied it by like 12. Okay? So, actually 13. Excuse me, my math is wrong. 13, right? 13 exponential growth there, right? So anyway, I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but people have already told me about this. Okay, and basically said you should watch a little bit of it. It's absolutely hilarious what he has to say, because what he has to say is so silly. So I'm gonna listen about it. All right. So reacting to DSP lying about not knowing who I am. Apparently, I lied about not knowing who this guy is. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Over here, absolutely destroying it. We're up to, you know what? I need to update the fuck 100. I'm putting on the vest. All right, I'm putting on the vest. You got us to 250 as well.
Making, you think he's making fun of me, but in reality, what he doesn't understand is the fact that I name dropped him, right? The fact that I name dropped him, I did a segment on my show about him. It sent my detractors to his content. So now my detractors, who are literally mentally stunted morons, are throwing this guy money because they think, oh, we're getting Phil, all right? What they don't understand is that they're just doing exactly what I've directed them to do. This is my plan, but they're not that smart, okay? They do this every time. They always fall for the bait. They're just that dumb, all right? But anyway, let's continue.
I'll put on a daft hat like fucking DSP. There you go. I already wear glasses. There you go. You did it, boys. You did it, chat. That's it. We're done. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, my gosh.
Is he British? It's weird because he has an American flag hanging in the background, but he's talking and he has a British accent, so I'm confused. Again, I know nothing about this guy.
I tell you what, if we hit 300, I've not even typed out the total properly. Just wanted to get the hats and stuff, so we're ready.
So I will comment here. All right, his layout is actually a little visually stimulating. Like, it's actually not bad, but the pink is offsetting for me. Like, the pink actually bothers my eyes a little bit. Like, I do a pink background every once in a while, but like the bright pink is a little much for me. Like, I would think like blue or green or something would be a little better. But that's just a nitpick. Like, that's a personal thing. But his layout is kind of nice. I wonder if he paid for that or whatever. Like, how did he get that? But it's a decent layout, I would say. At least you could tell there's some effort put into it. Like, the screen is a good size. You could actually see the video he's watching. And you could see his camera. And I could see him. And it's not blurry. And his chat is kind of visible. I think you kind of get it what I'm saying. Like, he puts a little bit of effort into his layout. And that's to be at least commented. Like, I'm an honest dude. I'm not going to be like shit-talking on someone just because for the fact of shit-talking. Like, his layout's not bad. Right? I think it's decent. Okay?
But if we hit 300, I'll put on the glasses that match the hat or whatever the fuck it is. Like, that should be fine. God, this hat is very tight. Oh, my God. These are not made for all heads. My head is massive. That's right. We'll do it like that. I'll look like a black dude. I'll just, that's right. Just let it bounce on the head. There you go. Smashing it over here. T-Sips DSP is going to need grifting lessons from COG at this rate. I'm not even trying. I just went live with a show, bro. That's all we did. I just wanted to entertain people with a response.
Is he British? I don't know. I just find it very bizarre. He has an American flag in his background, but he has a British accent. Heavy British accent. It's weird. Awkward.
Hi, COG. First time catching you, but I always like watching Phil getting clowned on. Me too, Coyote Briggs. Me too. And guys, if you send in the donations, then I could obviously put on the glasses. Anyway.
Again, what's funny is he only knows of me from watching clips. So he thinks that's all the content I put out, right? Like every idiot, like every brain dead mouth drooler. They actually think that all I do is sit here all day long during the podcast, during my content, and all I do is talk about contributions and putting on glasses. I haven't even put on the glasses or a hat or a vest consistently since August. We've tried to phase it out. I'll do it every once in a while if, you know, there's hype or whatever, but I haven't even done it consistently. So he's making fun of something that's not even current. So good for you. I mean, you're late to the train, but the thing is, like, my detractors don't care. They're dumb. So anyone who makes fun of me for anything, like if you made fun of me for something I did 14 years ago, the detractors would show up and support you too. It doesn't matter if you're actually like timely with it or not, right? Like they would fucking do it anyway. So
Don't give Phil money, he'll just ban you anyway. I subscribe to him just to type in his chat, like, why don't you talk to me? Because you've got me blocked on Twitter and you're saying you don't know me. Like, I know that Kino Casino, I know he didn't have me blocked. And then he spoke to Kino Casino, and I obviously dab all the fuck over them. Jesus Christ, tomorrow we've got to go through PPP, exposing himself to minors and children by his own admission, right? It's fucked up. Anyway, that's tomorrow's show. But because I've been dabbing on Kino Casino and shit, and I've been doing that for a lot longer than they've been talking to Phil, they were like, "Oh, buddy, you might want to block COG there. That's right. Don't talk to COG, buddy. That's right." So obviously, that's what happens. That's what happens.
what? So let me get this straight. He legitimately believes that Kino Casino went out of their way to bring him up and talk to me about him and say, hey, Phil, please specifically block COG on Twitter. He actually believes that's what went down. Holy shit. Like, what? This guy, he must have the most overinflated ego if he thinks that the Kino Casino and I talk about him in any capacity. Does he think, so when I first, appeared on their show and then when we did the Rich React together, does he think that, like, they drew up an extravagant list of people? This is our exclusive blacklist, Phil. So if you want to ever talk to us ever again, you got to go through all your socials and you've got to block this person and this person and this person and this person. I don't know who this man is. I literally have no fucking clue who this guy is. All I know is that yesterday it hit my timeline on Twitter. Someone tweeted at me, hey, look, this guy shat talk you. And so I said, a little bit of content. Let's do it. We talked about it yesterday. And so like, I have no idea who this guy is. I still don't. Like, I'm only learning about him from you guys. That's it. Like, that's literally it. I don't know anything else about this guy. No one has ever asked me to block him. No one has ever brought him up. I think that, though, for like 10 seconds, I saw him during one of the Kino Casino shows that I was like skimming through. They were talking about him. So I saw like one quick thing and that was it. Did they even talk about him when I appeared? I don't even remember. You see, but no, I mean, you want to talk about like an insane over the top narcissistic ego. He actually thinks he's so important that the guys from Kino Casino would dictate to me that I must block him on Twitter. First of all, just so you know, dude, they don't control me and tell me what to do. If they made a recommendation of someone to block, I would judge for myself if I'm going to block someone or not. I don't actively sit on my Twitter account blocking people. Oh, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. The only time I ever block anyone on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, is if there's a reason to, because for some reason they've had some kind of an interaction that's hindered my ability to use the site. I'll give you an example, because this hopefully will put it in perspective. Review Tech USA. Okay? He used to tweet at me all the time, and I didn't care. I let it go. I don't care. This guy's being a joker or whatever. He's not serious. It's just dumb shit. It's kind of like, college-level humor nonsense. It's dumb stuff. But the problem was he kept tweeting at me like daily, and then all his followers would retweet what he was tweeting, and they would add and comment. And every time they did that, my entire fucking timeline would be the dumbest shit. And I'm trying to use my Twitter account for work. You know, I'm trying to find news articles. I'm trying to find information, post stuff up. I can't do it. My whole timeline is a bunch of garbage, right? My timeline's being polluted by crap. So in that case, I got to block review tech, right? Or if someone's coming at me with a bunch of insults and shit, I'm going to block them. That way I don't have to see their bullshit, right? In reality, what happened was about 2 years ago, Twitter noticed that I was getting an insane amount of hate on Twitter. And there's some ability. I don't even know how this works. It said, do you want to enable the mode where you won't see the vast majority of people who like at you? Like you'll only see people who at you if like you're following them or if they're like a big person on Twitter. And I said, yeah, enable that mode because now I can use the site again. So even if, you know, we're on Twitter or whatever, I wouldn't even see this guy talking to me. You understand? Like I don't, because you're going to see in a second, we're going to go to his Twitter account. In fact, you want to do it now? This is his Twitter account because I looked into it on his page. He only has 989 followers, right? So if this guy tweeted me, I wouldn't even see it. It wouldn't even show up in my timeline. So the only reason he ever would have been blocked is like he probably said something really fucking stupid to insult me on Twitter, which again, I don't know who the guy is. So if I'm just seeing someone coming at me and I'm like, well, I don't want to engage with this loser, I probably just clicked block and it probably ended a bunch of nonsense, right? I didn't just actively block this guy in the last 2 months because of Kino Casino. I don't even know when I blocked him. I really don't. I don't know. I have no idea who the guy is. So he's nuts. He actually thinks he's so important that like there's a secret blacklist that he's like blocked from certain people or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what he's talking about. That's bizarre, right? Like you're going to accuse someone of being in some secret group that doesn't like you and they block you because they, what the fuck? Listen, a ton of people have me blocked because they don't like me. In general, that's kind of like the rule of thumb. If you're blocked somewhere, it's probably because someone doesn't like you and they blocked you because they don't want to put up with your like bullshit, right? It's only 720p quality. Ugh. All right, I take it back. He has to up his quality. 720p is shitty. He needs to be 1080p. Anyway, so that's just ludicrous what he's saying, right? So anyway, I don't really want to watch the whole video because it's too long. But over the course of the video, here's what happens, right? He started off his stream with nothing. And then basically my detractors showed up and started giving this guy money. And so he did a over 2 hour crap fest on me, all right? Watching a 10-minute clip. It took him 2 hours to get through it because he just kept milking it and people kept donating. So he ended up getting, by the end of the stream, like $500, right? Now, again, from what I'm to understand, this is a rarity. This is not his normal stream. This is because I brought him up in my content, right? So now my detractors went and supported his content because they think that's sticking it to me. In reality, it's not sticking it to me at all. It's giving me more content. Do you understand? Like, this is how the game is played, is that you go tit for tat, you go back and forth, and then you make content for people to digest. This is what someone like LTG doesn't understand, is that you need to work with people to make content in order to, you know, to have stuff to do every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, LTG doesn't get that. He just hides. And then he won't engage. And then he secretly unblocks you on Twitter after a year to make a threat. And then he disappears. Then he comes back. And it's like he's a weirdo. Okay? At least in this case, he's understanding how to engage people, right? In an online space. So I'm giving him some points because already he's like better than some people who I've encountered and had interactions with. He's playing the game. He knows what's going on here. And I mean, he literally milked my detractors for $500 on this stream. By the end of the stream, I'm blinking. By the end of the stream, come on, where'd it go? By the end of the stream, he had $527. And it was all for my detractors. And it was literally only because he was watching the clip of me. That's it. It's the only reason why. If he didn't talk about me, if he didn't bring me up, if he hadn't reacted to me ever, he would have made what? $50 on this stream, maybe? 20? I don't know. Realistically, I don't know what he makes, but people were telling me, you know, the day before, the guy doesn't make a lot of money at all. He's basically a bum. And, you know, that's why sometimes he clout chases and he tries to name drop and engage with other people, right? So, I mean, here's the deal, right? He literally did exactly what I expected of him. My detractors literally did exactly what I wanted them to do. So, you know, who won here? And now here's the funny part about it. So he made this video, and I think he kind of figured out that I was going to watch it. And by the way, this is a live stream archive, which is hilarious because if you're not aware, live stream archives always get a lot of views. So for example, my podcasts, okay? Just the live stream of my podcast, when I'm done, broadcasting and it goes into like archive mode, my podcast will have several thousand views. Like my podcast in the last few days have between 2,000 and 3,000. If I do an interview podcast, it'll be like 4,000 or 5,000. And then sometimes if it's a big show, it'll be like 10,000. It depends, right? So he did a live broadcast of this. He only has 642 views on the archived stream after it's done. So what did he have? Like 20 people watching? Like seriously. And the funny part about that is he made a lot of money, but yeah, it was from like 3 people. It was like one dude dropped like a $300 tip, and then a couple other people were doing super chats and big thing. Yeah, but it's by detractors. You didn't earn that from an audience that likes you and your content. You had a special guest group come in and drop contributions because you talked hatefully about me. So allow me to welcome you to Reality COG. The only reason anyone cares about you is me. Get it? Just like when side scrollers desperately needed attention because their show was failing. They'd been out for about a month and a half, 2 months, and they were getting no traction, no clout, no views. They'd gotten a million other YouTubers on it. No one cared. But when Darkside Phil stepped into the arena, all of a sudden, their views skyrocketed. They got notoriety for having me on. They milked the living shit out of it from the same people who gave you 500. They gave the side scrollers thousands and thousands of dollars over the course of several streams where they milked this content. Do you understand? This is not the first time that this will happen. It certainly will not be the last. You're just doing exactly what everyone else has done. There's nothing special. No one came to your stream to see COG today. They came to see, oh, look, someone else is dumping on DSP. Okay? Here's the sad fact. The moment you stop talking about me, no one will ever care about you ever again. The side scrollers went right back to obscurity. And what did they have to do? They had to change to be a right-wing political show that easily takes advantage of dumb people to get an audience. That's what they had to do. They couldn't succeed in the space that they were in unless they were dumping on Darkside Phil. And they got called out for it, so they had to change their whole formula up, right? What you're doing is not working, all right? You fell for the trap. I laid the bait. You took it hook, line, and sinker. So did my detractors. You've literally just proven my point that the only reason you'll ever get notoriety is because of me. It's time to change, dude. So maybe you should adopt some of my best practices, right? Maybe you should take the glasses and the hat and the vest and start regularly doing it because it worked for you. You made fun of me and you made money, right? Right? Because I'm done. I've already past that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm past that level. Every once in a while, if I hit the goal or a level of support, yeah, sure, I'll put on the vest or the hat just to be silly, to have fun, right? But I'm not going to do it every day anymore. That was the thing that I started doing in the middle of me having a bankruptcy in 2020, and I needed the support and the money from the audience. People support me now because they like the content. Do you get it? Like right now, people support my stream because they like the content. They're not supporting the stream because I'm felting you. They're not supporting the stream because there's drama. They're supporting the stream because they like me. You get it? The only reason anyone came to your stream yesterday was because of me. You understand? It's all me. And I mean, I wish you'd be like, well, you're being egotistical, Phil. No, that's actually my reality. And it's starting to like hit me now, realization that all these people revolve around me. And it's fucking bizarre to me, but it's just my reality now, right? It's odd that this is the case, right? But it's the case. So there you have it. Now, the funny part about this, right? This is his stream from yesterday. His live stream. So this includes all the views he got during the stream plus on-demand views after. 644 views. I just happened to make a clip of it. A clip of me talking about him yesterday. And my clip has 800 views and climbing. In 11 hours, my clip has more views than him. And he was almost a day ago. It's sad. It's fucking sad, right? The other funny part about the whole thing is that he made like a whole video about it. Like, here, I'll show you. Where is it? Here you go. He made a whole video about it. COG dominating DSP in donations. DSP needs that money. COG made $527. DSP made $311. First of all, you didn't make that money. You didn't earn it. You weren't putting out content. They gave it to you because you crapped on me. All right? That's like your best day, right? Your best day ever is $527, and you're like touting that, right? By the way, I feel bad. Yeah, you know, because I'm going to be honest. I feel bad. All right? I make $311 pretty much every day I stream. There's some days I make less. There's some days I make way more. I have 3 YouTube channels that bring in tons of back-end views, so I get tons of ad revenue on top of that income. I have other channels with memberships and stuff as well. I have my React channel that solely is kind of running on memberships. I've got my Throwback channel. It doesn't make a lot. It's kind of my passion project, but that gets me some views. Like, any day that I work, I'm making good money, okay? But I have to work. I do. I have to work to earn the back-end stuff. If I don't work, I don't make that much on just the ad revenue, but it's there. So the fact that he's standing here and he's touting this, right? Like, oh, $527, I beat DSP. No. Your one stream, you made that for my detractors. You're not going to replicate that every day. That's your best ever. Congrats. You know, you did exactly what I wanted you to do. You took the bait to prove my point about the fact that no one cares about you. You only got attention because of me. And on a normal day, I make about that anyway. So what you have no point. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look, I made more. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Really, you don't make more than me. Ever. It's ridiculous what you're saying. And even if you did, it still wouldn't matter. You're still irrelevant. You only got clout or any kind of attention because you fucking talked about me. That's it. That's the only reason anyone brought you up, right? Anyway, it's just funny as shit. Someone like this trying to be like, what are you even talking about? What's your point? You don't have one. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a point at all. Dude, you're on stream right now live and you only have 58 viewers. You're on stream right now. I have 402 viewers and climbing and you have 58 viewers. Yikes. And then on top of all of that, right? This is I clicked the wrong thing. We're going to get to that. So here's my video, my clip video, right? He actually commented on the video. Look at this. I found this. I didn't even know when I was approving comments and shit. And I found, where is it? Here it is. Phil, you have me blocked on Twitter and claim not to know me. I don't know you. I literally still don't know you. I know Andy and Ashton told you to block me. No, they did not. That's the realm of like insanity that you would actually believe that. You don't have a brain in your head if you actually think that. You're just so full of yourself. I dominated you in donations yesterday with a fraction of your audience. My detractors came to your stream and threw you a $300 tip and a couple other donations because they don't like me. You didn't do any content anyone cares about or you didn't earn it. You just talk shit about, again, you're just the next schlub, the next side scrollers, the next person who needs to get attention on my back, the next person who gets a boost because they name dropped Darkside Phil. You're still nobody. You have 58 viewers today. The day after the big stream where you won, right? I'll make a video to show you being dominated. Nah, it's cool, dude. I don't need to see videos about, you know, dom shit. That's, maybe you like that stuff. So anyway, yeah, this is all pretty stupid. There's really no point to any of this. It really is completely pointless. But I just felt since he did try to step into the arena and talk about me, I figured, hey, let's just entertain it for a minute. It gave me a segment on the show. I fully believe this guy will continue to bring me up now because he wants to get my detractors back in his content. And he knows he can't get any attention for himself unless he name drops me. So just expect he'll probably be mentioning me more and more moving forward. I can't help that, but it's just kind of silly that this fucking guy has any kind of idea that he's relevant. Not. He's 58 viewers on his stream. You know, maybe today he'll make $528 because the same guy will tip him another 300, and you know he'll do the same shtick again. I mean, that's what he should do. He should just do the same shtick every day, and then maybe he'll be successful. He'll make some money, right? Because what he was doing wasn't working, obviously. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to that nonsense, right? Let's see how we're doing. So, guys, with over 400 viewers, we're almost at 100 likes, and I'm glad for that. I actually asked for 100. Let's get to 100 likes. We're at 91 likes. Let's get it up to 100 right now. All right? And let's get some contributions. We don't have anything that came in during that segment. What are we doing? I mean, guys, don't you want to felt COG in the detractors? Don't you want to contribute to stick it to the trolls? And you know what I'm saying? I mean, he made $527 yesterday, guys. I mean, he really broke me. So we got to get those contributions rolling in, right? So thank you. Tag actually did do a super chat and says, I don't care what anyone says. I watch you for your content. Well, thank you, Tag. I appreciate that. That was a $2 super chat. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Guys, we don't have a single tip yet today. Let's get a tip up there on the leaderboard. We have none right now. Let's get the first tip of the day up there, and let's make it a nice juicy one to get the momentum started towards the goal, shall we? Okay. So I do have one other topic that I want to talk about. Most Tasteless just did a $5 super chat. He says, bow down, jostler, make your contributions to the king. Hit the like because it's tax-free. Indeed. Thank you very much, Most Tasteless, for that. I appreciate that very much. Now we're up to $23 in contributions. I mean, keep in mind, everything counts. Super chats, super stickers, and tips all count towards the King's Coffers goal every stream now. That's the change that we made. Tag just did another $2 super chat. He says another one. Thank you to Tag for another $2. Appreciate that. Thanks for getting the momentum rolling. Dale says he wants to see a $100 tip. Well, personally, the king likes Benjamin Franklin. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he's a nice guy. I like to see him smile. But so far, no tips. At least I don't think. Let me refresh my screen to make sure it's not erroring or something. No tips as of yet. But thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you for those gifted memberships earlier. Okay. And we're at 97 likes. Let's get it to the 100. All right. On to the next topic. This one is just, it's so ridiculous. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize in advance for this. But we have to delve back into the realm of Doody. Okay. And I really have stayed away from the Doody for a while because, you know, when you play with Doody too much, it stinks. Just everyone around you gets shitty. And we flushed this Doody a while ago. The guy is a bum. He's demonetized because his content is literally stealing from others, and YouTube doesn't approve of that. And so, yesterday, he made a video that once again is so stupid. First, he does the video a couple weeks ago about, I stole the Philomania logo when I outright proved I didn't. He's a bum and a liar, and he's making shit up to cause drama to think he's going to hurt me, when in reality it did absolutely nothing. It didn't hurt me at all. He's just an idiot, right? So that's number one, all right? But what he's doing now, of course, is just the next level of assholery and bullshit. He's just constantly making videos that have absolutely no reason to even be made. Okay? Like, at all. Like, there's literally no reason for him to be making the videos he makes because they don't say anything. So this particular one, I'm going to read the title. I have a shout out to do, but I want to read the title of the video first. DSP Merch Shop collects all your personal information, IP address, browser history, buyer beware. All right, let me do a shout out, and then I'm going to address the video. Okay? I received my first tip of the day. It is a $15 tip, and it is just anonymous. There's no name attached to that one. Thank you for an anonymous $15 tip, whoever that was. Let's get our first Halloween animation for a tip today. We already had some for super chats. Let's get a tip animation going. Frankenphil, or I guess Frankenphil's monster, right? Thank you for the anonymous $15 tip. Appreciate that. So, here's the funny part. I don't even have to press play. I literally don't have to press play on this video because anyone with a brain already would read that and be like, Doody, really? This is what you made a video on? Are you ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, I swear to you, this is true. It's absolutely positively true. You ready for this? I know this might be a revelation and a shocking fact, like, exposed to you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, when you go on the internet and you go to any business and you do a transaction with said business, that business will receive your name, your mailing address, your personal information associated with that, like phone number, contact information, email address. They'll get your IP address. All right? They'll get all this information because that's how online commerce works. They need your information in order to process your order. I know, hold on. I know this might be shocking to some. Wait a minute. I'm going to order something from an online retailer and they're going to get my mailing address? Well, do you want the product you just paid for? Well, wait, they need a phone number? Well, they want to contact you if something's wrong with the shipment or the order, right? They want to send you your order confirmation. They need your email address, right? Like, what? Yes, it's true. Literally, any transaction you do on the internet, the company gets your information. It's not just my merch shop. It's literally every shop ever on the internet. There hasn't been a single business that's gone on the internet and done business in commerce and didn't get your information. It's not fucking possible. They need your info to do business. You understand? When the driver comes to your house and delivers the package, they have your address. Oh my God. Every single website on the internet has your IP address. I'm serious. Any website you go to right now and you're logged in has your IP address. Anyone that you're not logged in has your IP address. They don't have your information to associate with your IP address. Like, they'll have your IP address, but they won't know your name. They won't know who you are, but they have your IP address. It's like, what? Ooh, yes. Yes. I'm not kidding you. Maybe, I guess what it is that Doody Streams is actually so stupid, he didn't know that. He actually thought that the internet was an anonymous place where everyone is fully protected. No, anywhere you go, you're giving personal information to where you're visiting. Right now, every one of you who's on YouTube, YouTube has your IP address. If you have a YouTube account that has a login, they have all your information associated with that. Yes, it's true. It's wow, mind-numbing, right? Literally, the title of his video has nothing whatsoever to do with anything. Just think of it this way. If a website didn't have your IP address, how would they know it's you? So when you go back to that site, you can resume everything you were doing. On YouTube, that you resume a video you already watched. That's because they have your IP address, so they know it's you. Oh, it's that guy who was watching this video. Let's resume that video at the 14-minute mark where he left off. Isn't that nice and convenient? That's because they have your IP address. They know it's you. That's how they identify it, right? Every site that you go to says cookies. Please accept our cookies. When you accept the cookies, guess what you're doing? You're giving them permission to have all your information. And now they know who you are. Like, why is this some giant revelation? I'm lost. So what is the point of this video? Really? And then you go back down and you just read some of the most brain-empty, mouth-drooling comments I've ever seen in my life. Buy a shirt, get a personal email from Phil saying a new streaming PC could also help the business. Hold on a second. You think I own this business? You think I own the merchandise company? Wow. That would be pretty cool. If I actually owned a merchandise company, it would be pretty nice. I don't own the company. I'm doing business with the company. They're taking the information. They're processing the orders. They're processing the payments. They're commissioning the shirts to be made. They're having the shirts made. They're doing the logistics to have the shirts shipped to the customer. I'm not even involved in any of that at all. I got a readout or a spreadsheet of the first 12 hours of sales, and it was like 8 people bought a bunch of stuff, and it was all the order number, and not even a number. It was like DSP1, order, and it was the merch that was bought. That's it. I don't have any information on anyone at all on this website. All right, but now let's take it even further. Let's take it a bit further, okay? Even if I did, what do you think I'm going to do with the information? Do you think I have time to A-log and harass people who bought my merch? What would be the purpose of me doing that exactly? What would be the purpose if someone tipped me or contributed of getting their information and saving it? What would I do with it exactly? I'm really at a loss at this. Like, what is the point of all this shit that they've been saying for years that Phil gets all your information via PayPal? Phil gets all your information via this. What would I do with that exactly? You think I'm going to call you at work? I'm going to find out who you are. I'm going to call you at work and leave you, hey, what's your favorite scary movie? And I'm going to hang up on you, right? I'm going to, right? Like, what do you think? I'm going to do the Simpsons jokes that they always do at Moe's Bar at your house, right? Like, what do you think I would do with the information? Dude, I'm a full-time streamer. I sit here, I make videos and streams. I don't do, I have nothing I could possibly do with anyone's personal information, even if I had it, but I don't even have it. You have no point. All of this guy's videos are nothing burgers. Every single one he's made. Phil doesn't own the rights to the Philomania logo. Yes, I do. Here's the receipts. Done. Phil gets all your information if you shop at his store. Well, I don't own the company, so I don't have access to the information. Every single business on the internet ever has that level of information. That's how they do business. That's how online commerce works. What you're saying literally doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, what brainless idiot would go to this man's YouTube channel and watch this? Phil fails to disclose scummy practices. Online commerce is a scummy practice to Doody. Just getting basic info to send you a product you paid for is a scummy practice. Guys, please, can we do something? Please, can we all do something together? Can we flush this motherfucker? This guy has nothing to say or add. When he tries to do transformative work, it's terrible because he has nothing to say. He's a clown. He's a joke. Detractors, really, I mean this now. Some detractors do creative stuff. They'll restream my content and they'll add commentary to it. I can't stop you from doing that. And if you're doing that, more power to you. If you are adding commentary and criticism that's meaningful and your viewers are enjoying it or whatever, right? Personally, I don't agree with the live restreamers who 100% restream. I think there should be like a legal limit to how much you can restream, because then people digest your content through another means and don't give your original content a chance. And that actually, I feel, does violate copyright law. But that's my own personal take. I'm not taking it to court or whatever. But at least the restreamers, at least the fucking restreamers are adding something. You don't even have anything to add. What you're saying in your video is blatantly falsely stupid. It doesn't even make sense. There's no validity to anything you're saying. Oh no, the sky is falling. DSP has your information. I don't have the information. The company does. Every single company you ever dealt with on the internet has that info anyway. You have no fucking point. You're a fucking grade A jackass. You're so dumb. And the fact is, this guy has like 2,000-3,000 people who are just as dumb as him. And they all think that what he's putting out is like meaningful shit. He hasn't had a single fucking thing to say at all. Remember, this is the same guy who, when I made a video and it said CEOs who are mistreating their employees and firing them and laying them off should be thrown out into the street, and all their belongings, like they're in a box, should be shot into the street. And he said, Phil said that CEOs should be shot. No, I didn't. I mean, this guy has no validity to anything that he does. However, if anyone is aware of a business that can do business with you without having any info about you whatsoever, I'd like to know about it. That's like some high level, like ninja shit. Like, how did they actually take your payment in for a product, process the order, mail you the product, but didn't have your information? That's some next level, like, spy shit. And I'd like to know about it, like, stat. So please send that to me so I can figure that one out. Okay, but no, again, to reiterate, I don't have anyone's personal information. All right, I don't need anyone's personal information. I don't want it, and even if I had it, I wouldn't do anything with it. There's nothing I can do with it. What could I possibly do with my viewers and donators and customers' personal information? Nothing. All right, are we done with that now? Seriously? Okay, we're done. So anyway, now I can close out all this complete bullshit. So stupid. All right, so guys, it's 12:30. Let's see what time it is, and I want to see what we're doing here, because we're gonna start with metaphors soon. Thank you for the views, and thanks for the engagement. We hit the 100 likes. I appreciate that, guys. Let's get some more support if we can. Let's unseat Miss Sparkles as the top super chatter. And Miss Sparkles, I'm sorry, I screwed this up. I didn't put, it's $7. I didn't put the $7 thing there. I'm still getting used to having a top super chatter and a top tipper. It's going to be a learning experience for me. It's going to be a while until I do it right. You know, I'm screwing it up. So top super chat is currently $7. Top tip is $15. Let's get someone to unseat those, right? And get someone new up there. And let's get the momentum going so that when we head into the game in about 20 minutes or so, right, we're most of the way there. That way we can just, focus on the game. All right. And we can keep the king streak alive. It's now at 2. Let's keep that rolling. All right. Okay. So thank you guys. At this point, I've covered all the topics I wanted to talk about for today. And the funny part is I still have, wow, like 400 viewers instead of 58. Funny how that happened. So what would you guys like to talk about? Any hot topics that you can tag me in the chat? And things you want to talk about. If contributions come in, I'll shout them out live, give you a shout out. Cracker Jack says, are you off tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow is my day off. I know it's been a weird week. It's only been a 4-day streaming week. I literally don't know my schedule next week yet. I don't even know. I don't have any information on that whatsoever. I will hopefully have that later this week, like this weekend. I'll know my schedule for next week. I just don't even know it yet. It's based on, my wife's work schedule and stuff, and I don't know it yet, so I can't even tell you. But I know it was a weird one, but yes, I am off tomorrow. I'm back on Thursday, and all day we are playing the Dead Rising remaster. Did you get a shirt with the Project 7 logo? No, I don't have the Project 7 logo. All that stuff's old. I mean, that stuff's from like 2011. I don't have that anymore. Or if I do, it's on like an old ass external hard drive that I don't really fuck with. So I don't even know where it is. And by the way, I wouldn't make it anyway. Project 7 is so outdated. No one's talking about Project 7 nor cares about Project 7. If I'm going to be involved in other projects and things in the future, it would not be Project 7. Like, I have no reason to ever, like, do that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could definitely do other new things that'll be more interesting than Project 7. So I'm not going to be dabbling in anything in that, okay? It's going to be another hot one. It's going to be another hot one today. We got full sun again in the front of my house. So I have my blackout curtain set up to stop the sun, but that just makes it stuffy in here. Once the podcast ends, I'm going to try to open the middle and get some fresh air, but then my lighting's going to be screwed up, but there's nothing I can really do about it. We already talked about Boogie and Keem trick-or-treating yesterday. I'm not going to talk about that again. Sarah, here's the thing. She says, making a 20-minute segment about Doody encourages him to make more videos. He makes videos anyway. If I literally never mention Doody ever again, he will still make videos about me. He did it for years. So at least now I get content out of it, right? I have a segment of my podcast to talk about. I benefit from it. I can have a clip for later people will watch. So, if at least he's going to exist, all right? If he's going to exist, at least allow me to get something out of his existence, right? It's kind of how you play the game. Go Get Us says, since the casino took a vacation, will you take one soon? Because your support has been good. Here's the deal. All right? I can't take a vacation like that. I just can't. I don't make enough. If I were to take a vacation like that, I literally would undo all that positivity and extra that I had in August. Okay? August was amazing. September was good. All right? I'd like to maintain good. I can't maintain amazing every month. If I'm not doing collabs and I'm not doing special events and I'm not doing crossovers, I will never maintain amazing. All right? But I think I can maintain good. Okay? But it depends on a lot of factors. And right now, as you can see, attention's been fluctuating. There hasn't been many, action-packed, attractive new games recently. So I'm not getting a new audience to the channel. I feel like Silent Hill 2 is going to get a boost, right? Maybe this Dragon Ball game, I'll get a boost. I think near the end of the month with Call of Duty and stuff like that, I'll get a boost. My Halloween marathon always did well, right? So there's going to be times during this month where I'm going to get a boost. If I get a good interview this month, if I do a collab this month, that will probably give me a boost, right? But there's no way that I can just take a vacation like that and take a whole month off. I'd be shooting myself in the foot. What I'd like to do long term, all right, is I would like to start having where I could take more days off to spend with my wife. So, for example, like I won't do it this month because again, I want to see how this month goes. You kind of like, it's like, imagine if in September, I had such a good August, I said, oh, in September, I'm changing everything. I'm only streaming half as much and I'm putting in half as much effort. That would have destroyed me. Like that would have been the dumbest thing I could have possibly done, is to kill my own momentum, right? But now we're in October. Things are picking up for games. Let's have a good October, right? Let's have a fun time with games and everything. If October goes well, then in November, I would like to start taking a couple extra days off. Maybe like every other week, I take an extra day off. So that way I could have one day off where I'm doing my errands, we're running and doing appointments, everything we need to do. But then we have another day off where we can spend time together. We can do stuff around the house. We can go shopping one day out, for fun rather than for necessity. We'd have a nice dinner somewhere where we have to drive to go there because we have time to do it because we're not a big time crunch, right? Spend a little bit more time with Jasper Kitty, right? I would love to do that. But I have to maintain and be sure that I'm able to do that. And right now, I'm not sure. It's kind of uncertain. Like I said, August was amazing. September was good. Are things going to stay good? Or are they going to go back to slowing down all the way back to where they were? And then, now you can't take more time off then, right? I can't. I have to be working 6 days a week if that's the case. So that's my plan. Let's see how this month goes. And if it goes well, then perhaps next month I could take a few extra days off and maybe we could start working with the schedule again. You know what I mean? I want to. I really want to. But I don't know if what's the viability of it, And the other thing, the factor is, the one looming thing here, I'm going to need a new streaming PC. Like this PC is having issues. The other day, the USB ports just stopped working out of nowhere, then started working again. I'm getting corrupted files when I record, maybe 1/10 of the time. And, this thing is breaking down. I'm going to need a new streaming PC. I was going to migrate to my wife's, but now I'm thinking, dude, her PC's from 2018. Actually, no, her PC's from 2017. So I'm moving from a 2014 PC to a 2017 PC. I mean, how long's that going to last me? So I'm thinking I got to get a PC at some point. So that's an important piece for the business that I need to do. So I got all these things going through my head. And, we'll think about it. Like I said, I definitely want to take more days off to spend with my wife. And I'm looking towards doing that in November. If stuff stays as positive as it's been, if we could stay good, not amazing, because again, not every month is going to be amazing. And I know that. I'm not stupid. If we could just keep them good, right? Then maybe I can do that. And I want to do that. Hopefully starting next month, we'll see. Okay? Fair enough. I've already talked with Kat about it. Like, we're like, man, we would like to do some stuff. We haven't been to this place in a long, long time. It would be nice to just have a day off to drive out and spend some time and do some like seasonal stuff together now that it's fall and stuff. But can't do it right now, The Red King did a super chat. He says, listening to you, one could interpret you talk yourself out of success. Sometimes it's not beneficial to settle. That's just my experience. What do you mean by that? In what way do you feel like I'm settling and that's causing me to have less success? I would love this conversation. It sounds like an honest one. Can you elaborate on that? And you don't have to super chat again to do that, Red King. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I'd like to hear what you mean. If I were Nintendo, which series would I have ready to go with the new game launch next system? Oh, dude, it's the trifecta. You need Mario, you need Zelda, and you need another thing. So whether it's Mario Kart or Smash Brothers or Donkey Kong Country or Kirby, you need 3, right? You need a big 3. And it's always been Mario and Zelda. Now, the thing is, I'm not aware that they're going to have a Zelda game ready. I think Mario will be ready. We haven't had Mario Odyssey 2. Definitely they're making Mario Odyssey 2 or the equivalent. That's going to be like a no-brainer. That's going to go out with the Switch 2, in my opinion. Okay? But I'm curious, what will the other 2 big games be? I don't think Zelda will be one. Okay? Well, the Red King didn't speak again, so I'm wondering what he meant by that. I would love to hear what he meant. I'm going to check something. Oh, here we go. You tell yourself you can't maintain a certain momentum and that it's unrealistic. Set a goal and realize it. No, I hear you, but here's the thing, Red King. I'm a realist. Like I said, I don't like to set myself up for disappointment because I've had a lot of disappointment in my life, right? Especially, you got to remember something. Back in the day, I was a big YouTuber. I legit was. Like, I had people coming to my content in droves. I would fart and make a video about it and get 50,000 views, right? It's insane to think. But yeah, so I've been there, and now here I am, 14, 15 years later, and this is my reality, and I'm happy with my reality, but I don't want to set myself up to have over the top expectations of performance and stuff, and then it doesn't come to fruition, because all that does is creates more pain. All right. And me and my wife, we've been through a lot. Been through a lot of pain, a lot of shit over these years. The last thing we need is to set up an unrealistic expectation just for it to not happen, and now we feel like shit again. Okay. And I know that sounds depressing, because it probably does to a lot of people, but that's the situation we're in. Is like, I don't want to get ahead of myself just to be back to square one, and now all our plans are ruined and we feel like shit. So I want to say, let's do this with baby steps, or let's do this with a very metered approach, a very tempered approach, right? Where we can slowly say, hey, let's do this. What's the next step? Like the first thing I did when I started making extra money, I improved my setup. I bought better background. I bought better lighting. I bought a cool frame, right? I started doing upgrades all over the place. Now I've upgraded my blackout curtains. Finally, I got blackout curtains, which I wanted to do for ages, right? Little things that I can afford, but will make positive pushes in the right direction, correct? That's what I've been working on. The next step now is like, what's the big stuff, right? What's the big stuff? Taking more time off to be with my wife, getting a new streaming PC, right? The next steps. So I'm trying to do this metered approach, and I hope you understand. I really hope you understand the situation I'm in, that I don't want to go crazy. He just said again, the success you're seeing now is partially because of some of the people who usually laugh at you want to see what's next. You're right. You're right. People who used to dump on me are actually interested in me now, right? People who used to just constantly shit on me are actually mentioning me in positive ways as like a comrade, right? An actual co-creator instead of a turd. It's weird to know that people are saying, hey, Dark Side Phil, and like, oh, that's a good thing. Not, oh, Dark Side Phil, right? It's different. It's weird. And I need to get that in my head, right? To get into that mentality again. Because it's been a long time, right? But you're right. And the thing is, again, I don't want to undersell myself. I do think my content is good. I do feel like a lot of people are enjoying it, but it's hard to see how things are going to go, right? Like today, I got really good viewership today for this podcast. I'm happy with the 400 or so viewers that we have. But you notice that the support's on the slower side for the podcast. I don't know why. It's funny. Sarah says, is it Mondays? I don't know. Maybe it's Mondays. But these are all things I need to figure out, right? This is the kind of stuff to look at and analyze and try to figure stuff out. So, but I appreciate your input, but understand why I'm taking such a more careful approach. I don't want to jump into this. Let's just immediately start taking days off. Let's start spending money here. Let's start doing this crazy thing there and this crazy thing. And then it all blows up in my face, right? So, I really would like to get some airflow in here. But I think if I open the window, it's going to be way too bright. Let me take a look. Yeah, see? So now I have great airflow, but now you can't see the background at all. The whole wall's white, which is I knew it was going to happen, but I needed to do that because it was getting hot in here. I needed to get some air coming in. So I hope it's not a big deal. I think I actually will have to adjust that again. It's a little too bright. Okay. A Schraub says, hey, your setup's world's better than console boxes being displayed behind you. I mean, I know. Listen, I know. I was trying to change it up and make it look good, but I was doing it on the like shoestring budget, right? I didn't have a ton of disposable income to be throwing into shit. Now I can actually, checking stuff out and things, right? Aren't I saving up for new appliances? We already are gonna, we have plans to get a new washing machine. Not washing machine, excuse me. A new dishwasher. That's like the first thing. But that's the thing. We need to have time to go out and look. And we haven't even have time to go out together to look for anything. But that's definitely what we're doing is we need a new dishwasher. Our washer and dryer are starting to get old, and we're going to have to replace those too. I want to put a fan in here. I want to put a fan downstairs in my dining room. It's just like stuff around the house, but I don't need to keep bringing this up. You know what I mean? Like, I mentioned it a few times, but you're going to hear me talk about this every day. I think that's a given. Those are things that I'm working on, right? Like, that's a given of what I'm doing. You don't need to hear, oh, Phil, did you get your dishwasher yet? Do you care? Well, I said, why do I had to talk about that, right? Why is that a big deal? Have the view bots come in? I'm not looking. We've got some either view bots or someone sent a bunch of viewers this way. If new viewers just joined and you're from somewhere, apologies, you cannot talk because we have sub-only mode for 1 hour to avoid trolling on my channel. If I don't have sub-only mode, a lot of bots come in and basically do really nasty things. So I'm not sure why we have as many viewers as we do. But welcome to those of you who are here. Sadly, I'm at the end of the show. This show will end within like 5-10 minutes. So, oh, it's all of COG's live viewers. All 59 of his viewers came over. Oh, nice. A bot attack. Hello, everyone who's a newcomer. I'm sorry you can't talk. I'm also sorry about my lighting is here. I'll close since we have new people. I don't know who they are. I'll close my curtain again. Hold on. Now my lighting looks better again, but now I'm going to be sweating. It's going to be too hot in here. Amazing. Lorraine Tide says, this is what you would average if you had no restreamers. You're absolutely right. No, listen, if there weren't people A-logging me constantly and stealing my content and my attention for their own, I would have way more content or way more viewers. I used to, but that's what happened. People splintered off from watching me and being a fan of mine and laughing with me and went to all these fucking A-logging trolls and they just watch the restreams and shit, you know? Now, this is probably a bunch of bots, but I'm not sure. I mean, again, this could be an influx of people from somewhere else, and they just can't talk because, like I said, we have 1 hour sub mode on the channel. If you sub to the channel, you'll be able to talk in an hour. In an hour, I'll be playing the Metaphor for Fantasio demo on here. I'm almost done with my podcast right now. To anyone who joined, if it is legit, I have no clue if it's legit or not or where it would have come from. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see anything. I don't see a reason on like social media why this would be. I don't see anyone going crazy. Like no one's tagged me or anything for what I can see. So I don't know. You just noticed the crow, the Nevermore crow from Edgar Allan Poe, classic, right? Drives the guy nuts. Evermore. No, there's no point in turning on anything because I'm about to end the show. The show's about to end any moment when I feel like ending it here. Guys, last chance. If you would like to support the channel, if you could like the stream, that would be amazing. If you did that, that would help a lot. Here, that's a good sign. If we really have 1,900 real viewers, if you enjoy the stream, please click a like right now. So if we see these likes like skyrocket, well, then again, can't bots do that too? I don't know. I don't know what the capabilities are on anything. I have no idea if these people are legit or not, or how to even tell. I've been around the block. I don't. It's so weird the way YouTube works. I don't know. But anyway, last chance. If anyone wants to contribute to the stream, super chat, super sticker, or tip would all be great and would help me hit my goal for today. And then we're gonna end the show and we're gonna head over to a different stream which already set up. You'll see a pop up on your screen that'll say, "Hey, head over there." And God. Weirdos on Twitter, man. Anyway, Big Mac, thanks for 17 months. He says, what's up, Phil? What's going on, Big Mac? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, see, they're bots. I can tell you right now, they're bots because I said like the stream. We got 5 likes. So 1,900 people magically joined the stream, but only 5 liked the stream. Yeah, they're not real. These are bot accounts. This is some idiot botting me for no reason. Lady Charisma says, if you're looking for a streaming PC, I found one. You might want to check out. I don't know how to send it to you without getting caught in spam. Yeah, I mean, you could email me, and then, you know, if the link doesn't work or if it's spam, we could try emailing me without the link and then send me a second email. I really don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and the polls don't work. Watch this. You ready for this? Start a poll. Test poll. Do you like cheese? Yes or yes, of course. Your 2 votes, right? There's your poll. Let's see how many people actually vote in the poll. You like cheese, yes or yes, of course I do. There you go. All right. So 60 people have voted. Yeah, it's not legit. If there were 1,900 people on the stream and a poll popped up, like instinctively 200 are just going to click something right away. So it's baloney. It's baloney. But if you are legit, everyone, thank you for being here. Sorry that there's really no way for me to tell if it's legit or not, you know. It kind of sucks the way YouTube works. All right, let's end the show. All right, let's end the podcast for today. It's going too long. I want to get Metaphor set up. I want to get started. Metaphor is great. This Metaphor demo, man, they really wanted to push their game and show you how good it was. It's long as hell, and it's absolutely long as hell, and a really good game so far. I like it more than Persona, honestly. So I'm excited to jump into it more today. I hope you guys will join me for Metaphor in just a second, all right? So good show today. Thank you all. Remember, I'm not here tomorrow. When I return on Thursday, we're going to have a fun full day of the Dead Rising Remastered. That should be a good one for the Halloween vibes. And I appreciate you all hanging out here with me on the show. Please stick around for Metaphor. Or if not, come back tonight for WWE Champions Zombies, which will premiere. It's going to be a great day of content. I'll see you later.